Good evening, Musket enjoyers. I hope you're doing right, 'cause it's time for the predictions video. Yes, just a good 4 hours ago, all of these skins rotated into Rustor, and basically in this video, we're going to go ahead and try and figure out which of these skins potentially might be the best investment for this week, which of these skins might help us walk away with some sweet, delicious looking profit. So sit back, relax, I'm going to start yapping. Right, let's get to it. So, out of all of these skins, what am I most confident in? What do I think will truly be a wonderful investment? None of them really, to be honest. I'm being brutally honest. I think all of these skins will probably drop below the Rustor price around October time. That's expected to be the lowest point for many skins. It's unfortunate, but I want to be realistic with you. However, a smart buy order can still lead to some reasonable success. So out of all of these skins, what is still reasonably looking to be, you know, a good investment potentially with a smart buy order? I will look at the likes of the Neon Dome, Sheet Metal Double Door. It's probably the most prosperous looking skin individually, but also potentially for what comes out after it. So, with the likes of what we have here, it's the 12th Sheet Metal Double Door. But if you look at all of them, they're not exactly doomed. I know we got a lot of skins so far this year, but it's still holding up okay. As of now, it's the summer. Prices have been very, very good this summer. But October time, as I said, it's very likely to be the lowest point for many skins, and you should not be surprised if you see some of these ending up in the negative, in the red. But this here, still, with this appearing, and it's a perfectly fine looking design. If you want to get a much better look at it, please consider watching my Rustor rotation video. But that right there, it's fine. It's a big, huge picture of Dome, and I think that'll be getting a lot of appreciation. But it's actually part of this collection here, which is expected to get a whole bunch of neon monuments on various different deplorables. So far we've got the Sheet Metal Door, the Sheet Metal Double Door, maybe we'll see Garage Door, maybe we'll see Furnaces, maybe we'll see the likes of a rug, maybe a water purifier, who knows? But there's definitely an interesting potential collection for the likes of that. And with more deplorables being accepted in the deplorable collection, you should expect some spikes in demand, spikes in price. So that right there, it's abnormal as well. That will become marketable before the Rustor even rotates. If you don't fully know what an abnormal skin is, please consider watching my most recent Rust Skin Abnormal Barders video for August 15, 2024. Watch the first 5 minutes of this video, scroll down, skip ahead to the Barders. After doing all of that, you basically understand how to approach it, how to make the best of these skins in the Rustor. The smartest approach is to wait until Wednesday, see how many sales have happened. We'll discuss on stream, yeah, look in the description to see the links to all my socials. We'll figure out prices, and then we'll race to put down Barders as fast as possible. That Sheet Metal Double Door very likely is the best thing to look at, but even then, I still see it going below its Rustor price. How low will it go? Well, it all depends on how much it sells by Wednesday. If it does over 20,000 sales, alright, I'll question it. If it only does about 15,000 sales, that being the subscriber count, well, maybe it's not going to be too bad. So we've got to wait. That's the smartest approach. Being patient is very rewarding. Okay, cool. So the Sheet Metal Double Door, you're looking reasonable. Out of all these other skins, what's also looking to be potentially be fairly reasonable? I'm going to look at the likes of the Rainbow Pony Pump Shotgun. With all of these skins here this week, I don't think we're going to see that many sales across the board. And this right here, looking at the recent Pump Shotgun skins that we've had, they have not sold that much. And that's probably the reason why they're performing so nicely. Imperial Pump Shotgun, 9,447 subscribers, $2.41. The Black Gold Pump Shotgun, just under 8,000 subscribers there, currently sitting there at $4.60. Now that's part of a well-established collection, isn't it? Therefore, potentially there'll be more demand for it. Well, Rainbow Pony, don't get me started. That's one of the biggest collections we have in all of Rust. 26 skins in total. Now, bright, colourful, goofy, I know a lot of people would appreciate that. And I'm sitting here and saying, if it doesn't really sell that much, well, that very likely might end up exactly like the Black Gold Pump Shotgun. It very likely might almost double in price. But in due time, you know, that Pump Shotgun, the Black Gold one, that went through all of the summer and getting all of that value. Now, at the moment, it's got like hardly any listings, like only 20. So if you give it some time, yeah, sure, this Pump Shotgun very likely will be working out perfectly fine, but in the long term, alright? There's still a fairly decent chance it'll dip below its Rustor price initially over the course of the next few months, during the likes of October, but maybe around January, or, you know, next summer in 2025. That Pump Shotgun, wouldn't doubt it, wouldn't be surprised if it's happily in the positive, alright? So, I can see the prospect with it, but I could very likely pick that up with a cheaper buy order. However, this is not abnormal, and that's why I would suggest watching my most recent Abnormal Barders video to understand how to approach skins like this. I would refer this as a regular skin. Now, you could just go buy some and just wait a year. Sure, that's fine. But still, if you want to be smart with your Steam wallet, buy order is probably the best way to go about that. So we'll see how the sales look by Wednesday, and then we'll make a decision. It's as simple as that. So things are looking pretty good there. Out of all these other skins, what's next? I would probably look at the likes of the Ultramarine SMD, but there's one specific reason as to why. So recently, we've been seeing this collection develop quite nicely. 3 deplorable skins so far, but these have been accepted instantly. So this came out one week, the very next week, this came out that week, and the very next week, this came out this week. Cool. If we get another deplorable skin being produced over the course of this weekend and accepted next week, by all means, I wouldn't be surprised if that spikes as well, because that, well, this has got hardly any listings now. Look at it. This has only got 5 listings on the Steam market. It's been completely cleaned out. It's rising up with its buy orders here, so the price is improving. That's nice to see. But this is all hype. It won't last forever. But you definitely want to make sure you can sell during a hype. So if you get the feeling that the skin creator here is going to make another deplorable skin very quickly, I wouldn't doubt it. Well, maybe that's going to look very impressive when the Rust rotates next week. And if we get that deplorable there as well, well, that's going to probably get bought out just like this and just like this. Last week, that went all the way up to $4.50. Today, it's up to $5. It's not actually worth that price, but people have bought all the way up to that. So if you bought a decent amount of these, maybe it might work out. But as I said, you need to keep an eye on the workshop. You need to see what the skin creator produces next. Cool. So we'll have to wait out a little bit maybe, or if you think you can, go with the risk, go buy some now. It's up to you. But SMDs so far this year, they haven't really done super great by default. What do you mean? Every single SMD that came out in 2024 is in the red. Very bad. Not exactly the best thing to look at. So it is a coin flip, 50-50. Either it's going to go good or it's going to go absolutely terrible. Sorry to say. But I'm sure you understand the potential of that. But if I were to just be very strict with you, yeah, I'd just stick with doing a buy order. And at the very least, that's abnormal. So we can wait until Wednesday, do the abnormal buy orders first, then consider how we approach it afterwards. But we want to see a collection continuation appearing this weekend, so you've got to keep an eye on the workshop. Alright, cool. So looking at all these other skins now, what's still looking to be good? Well, I feel like all of the remaining skins are a lot more like 50-50. I definitely steer more towards the negative in that I don't have a lot of faith in these remaining skins. I'm going to look at the likes of the quarantine tools. Alright, cool. So by default, I will sit here and say this. Hatchets, pickaxes, we've been through this routine before. They don't tend to hold up their value very nicely. They always tend to go down to around $1. So as you can see here, down 44, down 44, down 44, down 48, down 44, down 47, down 46, down 37. Point made. You might sit there and say, but that one's doing alright. That's getting minute plated. So if you happen to own any Wasteland hatchets, sell them now. And of course the pickaxes emulate the exact same thing. Down 47, down 46, down 22, down 25. Point made. But you're going to probably sit there and say, what about Pixel Decay? They sold at 99 cents. These all sold at $1.99. That sold at 99 cents. So that's doing alright, but it's still selling for around the same price as these are. So I don't think that's good. Alright, cool. So we got the point across. By default, tools don't hold up very nicely. But this is the quarantine collection, and as you can see, the likes of all these weapons here, they've done pretty nice for themselves, haven't they? Oh, okay, then that's interesting, but that took years to get to that point. Will these tools end up like those eventually? Well, if they don't sell too much, things could potentially work out nicely. And as of recent, we've been getting quite a lot of quarantine skins accepted, haven't we? So this is a growing collection that's doing quite nicely for itself. I can see it working out quite alright. But I could also see me just picking these up for a cheaper price. How much will it sell by Wednesday? We'll wait until then. But unfortunately, these skins, they're not abnormal. So, yeah, it's a bit awkward. But yeah, it's doing at least potentially a little bit better compared to some of these other skins, which I'm about to talk about. So we'll put those aside. What else is looking to be reasonably interesting? I will probably talk about the likes of the Junkernaught Furnace. Right, Junkernaught Furnace. So this is obviously part of the Junkernaught collection. Now, we've had 2 doors and a lot of weapons. Now, I'm not going to talk about the weapons because normally with deplorables, you'd care more about the other deplorables. So when this appeared today, did we even see these doors go up in price at all? Was there a spike in demand, spike in price? No, didn't even budge. They didn't even care that much. Okay, that's a little bit awkward. But FUF has been pretty successful in getting a lot more of these skins accepted. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more deplorables being produced. Maybe a large box, small box, maybe the likes of, oh, I don't know, a locker. There's plenty more things that could be happening. And if we keep seeing more deplorables being produced and made and accepted, well, that could very likely spike in demand, spike in price eventually, maybe, possibly, we shall see. But these 2 doors here, it's expected that they'll probably double in price around post-Christmas or summer 2025. They are transparent, they have glow-in-the-dark. It's a very nice thing to have, and much like the previous glow-in-the-dark transparent doors that we've seen in the past, When they go through bad times, they go down bad. When times are good, they go up. Very nice. So that's another thing to be aware of. But that right there, furnaces in general, they haven't exactly been performing super great so far this year. So that's something you're going to have to be a little bit cautious about. But overall, I could see it probably still going down in price a fair bit, but not down too bad. I could see it still working out quite nicely. So, again, if more skins keep getting produced, all the better for likes of this Junkernaught Furnace. But, again, it's not abnormal. I'd rather wait until Wednesday. That's when I'll make my decision. Sounds good? Right, let's move on. Next skin to talk about. I will now probably talk about the Heavy Night Jacket. The only clothing skin that we got this week. Now, here's the thing. This was accepted, but not the clothing. What do you mean? Well, if I quickly show you this. As you can see, the hood in the pants was submitted before this. So Facepunch clearly looked at this, skipped that, and went to that instead. I don't think this is getting a collection continuation, aka any other clothing or armor skins. That's just a big thought. It's not a guarantee, but that's my assumption. So I'm going to be cautious, but I will not be surprised in the slightest if these skin creators do produce a skin collection continuation over the course of this upcoming weekend. It's a matter of, will it actually happen? Now I'll talk about specifically the skin. You might notice it has transparency. That's cool, but it's been done before. Also, how many jacket skins have we had so far this year? A lot. A lot. Every single one of them's now in the negative. Please be aware of that. Anyway, you might notice the Berserker Cloak Jacket. That was basically the first see-through mesh jacket skin that we ever got. It's only selling at $1.10. And then earlier this year, we got the Will Neff jacket for free. And it's basically cooler, in a sense. Take a look at that. You will see you're basically a royalty. So you get the idea. Cool. So let's just put that aside. Right, so looking at the state of that, $3, I don't think you're retaining your value. You're selling okay at the moment, but there will be more jacket skins this year. I would worry about that. Jeffrey, I will sort that out in a bit, sir. So the likes of what I see here, yeah, I don't think, looking at it with the financial perspective, it's going to hold up very well. But by all means, if you like it, buy it, use it, enjoy it. Support the skin creators. Keep them nice and motivated. To keep wanting to put out nice and creative designs in the future. Yep. And if you like a skin, by all means, mate, just buy it. Treat yourself. Not every single thing has to be an investment. But I will sit here and say, if you want to be smarter with your money, buyers definitely usually are the way to go. All right. So with that said, I'm not super confident with you. So, again, it's abnormal. We can wait until Wednesday. We'll discuss that when we reach Wednesday. Right, out of the remaining skins, what do I want to talk about? I will talk about Bird of Luck MP5. So recently, we did get the likes of the Pirate MP5, and it didn't sell too much, and it's still doing a pretty decent job of retaining its value. Okay, that's cool. MK Ultra, you're doing pretty good. All these other MP5s, oh dear. And look at all these other MP5s from the previous year. More of them not good. Okay, well, you're sitting at $2.49. This is now turning into a bit of a collection because we have the AK being accepted, like, literally last week. Weapon-only collections, though, they don't tend to hold up very well. Oh, dear. But, hey, it looks nice. It looks pretty, and I think some people would appreciate the likes of this skin. Maybe it might work out well. It's got a useful aim sight and whatnot. We shall see. Now, maybe there's going to be some people out there that are going to be like, oh, it's green. I could use it with forest raiders. Oh, maybe that actually might still be a thing. Anyway, with the likes of what I see here, I do question it. I get the feeling that this would probably still go down to around $2, so a smart buy order is definitely the way to go. It's also abnormal, so we can look at that on Wednesday night, see how many sales have happened, then make a decision, alright? But again, if you like a skin, just buy it for yourself, enjoy it, appreciate it. Right then, with the remaining skins, I'm going to go to the likes of the Heater SAR. Now, I'm going to be brutally honest with you, I don't think this is going to be doing super great. We just had the Abyss SAR. We just had the Abyss SAR, and that was something that stood out to me very nicely. I was reasonably confident in that skin, a lot more than compared to this. The Abyss collection, very well established. People like it, has done super great during the likes of this past summer. This right here, the Heater collection, there's only 2 skins so far, and looking at the state of this, hey, look, the design, perfectly fine. It looks nice, it looks cool, but I don't think it's enough to keep it up. I worry for it, and I very likely will be doing a low buy order of about 60 cents to 80 cents for it. Yep, below $1, but do not be surprised if you do end up picking up a bunch of them. Now, how much are you going to sell? If you still do like 10,000 sales, alright, yeah, sure, 60 cents to 80 cents, but if it only does about 5,000, well, if it sells hardly anything, it looks very vulnerable to potentially being manipulated in the future. Now, that's not something you can rely upon, but it's something you should be aware of. So we'll see what happens to the likes of that, but yeah, I'm not confident. And then there's the recycled Hazmat Bow. Okay, cool, congratulations, Azzy, for getting your first skin to be accepted in 5 years. But with the likes of what I see here of hunting bows, number one, this bow skin, it's not that insane. Let's go with that. It's rusty. It's kind of like makeshift, and you know what? I will give some respect to the design. I like that. For what he attempted, he did a perfect job of it. But I'm also looking at this in terms of how many people are going to actively want to use this. You've got to think like that. So I don't think there's that many people that are looking at this and thinking, oh, I've got to buy it. Being brutally honest with you. So looking at the state of that, it's not selling too much. I doubt it will sell too much by, of course, you know, the end of the week. When we have the next Rust rotate next week, if it only does about 5,000 subscribers, I will be questioning it. This is another instance we've got to wait it out. It's not abnormal. I have seen a lot of bow skins get manipulated in the past, and if it sells hardly anything, yeah, we got to think about that, don't we? But in terms of by default, is it looking to be a nice investment? No, I'd very likely just do 60 cents to 80 cents on that, being brutally honest. So we'll just wait it out. We'll see how things turn out. But yeah, that was all of the skins this week. I hope I was nice and quick enough. Right, are there any things that you need to be aware of? The upcoming September update. We're getting a lot of content potentially. So it appears it's going to be called the World Update number 2 or World Update 2. Anyway, as you can see here, we see mentions of the likes of Radtown Redux. We see the mentions of the likes of dive sites. There was the legacy log piles. There's the likes of changes to cliffs and whatnot. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be added. I hope you enjoy it. So when there's a lot of stuff being added to the game, a lot of very curious people will be jumping in, and potentially the player counts are going to be pretty good for the September as well. But by default, we still assume that's going to go down a fair bit, because of course September is when kids go back to school, and we're going to lose quite a lot of the player base. Yes, there's a lot of kids that play the game. Wouldn't you be surprised? So, cool. All right, then. All right, so there's a lot of interesting content on the horizon. Is there anything else that we should discuss? Well, by default, did you look at this Rust store and think, it's not that impressive? Where's all the clothing and armour? Well, I think that's for a reason. Basically, within the next few weeks, around September time, I'm very much under the impression that we very likely are going to see Complete the Sets return, along with the likes of Most Wanted. So, over to here, I will have a collection link linked below in the description. You can go through this all yourself. Basically, for Complete the Sets, we'll be seeing a lot of older skins getting picked out in the Rust store. And, mate, let me tell you, there's a lot of skins that could be candidates. Now, do not look at all of these skins and assume, oh, these are the options. No, 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 no. They are the representatives of their collections. So as you go through all of them, I would recommend that you actually click the actual pages themselves, and you can see for yourself the likes of, well, for example, Whiteout Jacket here. If I just scroll down, you'll see there's an actual collection link for the Whiteout collection. If I click that, you'll realise there's plenty more Whiteout skins that weren't accepted in the past. So as much as I'd like to see the Whiteout Jacket, there's an LR300, there's a Whiteout pair of gloves there, jacket again, the L96, the LR300 again, snow jacket, another version of the jacket, a poncho, an AK, a Whiteout AK. Could you say no to that? I doubt it. And it's got a useful red aim sight right there as well. So give it a good look, go through the likes of all of those skins there, and yeah. I've accidentally deleted the whoopsie. I was doing it so quickly I didn't realise. So yeah, lots of very interesting skins, lots of interesting camouflage skins there as well. I know you keep asking for them. Well, they're all there. If they don't get picked during the likes of Complete the Sets, I really don't think they're going to be accepted ever again. So alright then, that's that. That's everything. I hope I said everything I needed to say, and I've got people in my chat here asking me questions, so I've got to go attend to that. So thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Best of luck to you and your investments. Toodaloo, bye!